Here is everything I made in 2025. This is definitely the year where I hit my stride with sewing. I feel like the year before, in 2024, I had done some months of sewing, maybe like 8-ish months of sewing, but it was really inconsistent, right? It was like from beginner, like not knowing how to turn on my machine, to like trying to self-draft some projects, to like trying to do some YouTube tutorials or follow some YouTube tutorials. So like, I feel like it wasn't until the end of 2024 where I really kind of like felt like I leveled up a little bit, like I really hit like a little bit of a stride, and that carried on into 2025. So I'm really excited to share these projects with you because I learned so much looking at these clothes, because some of these were like under, you know, my fabric stash and just being hidden because they were either falling apart because I didn't sew them right or whatever, or they were like not correct or like didn't fit well. Anyway, so I had like a lot of this clothes laying around and I was compiling them for this video, and I was like, wow, like the difference between my sewing at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year is insane, right? Like I am so proud of myself. I really think that this year I kind of left the fear behind, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And there were like multiple projects where I was like, I don't know, like that looks really complicated. And I was like, you know what, just do it. And it really paid out in the end. And then I would also say that, you know, I have some reflections about, I still have some fears, like none of these clothes behind me have zippers, none of them. And I'll show you how much I utilized like elastic back hack on pretty much every project to avoid doing zippers. So there's a lot to unpack there. And I'm like, I think that this year, 2026, I'm like, okay, I have to do zippers. Like, why are you so scared? Anyway, there's some things like that where I'm like, okay, I remember not wanting to do that. So I did this easier thing, and I would sort of want to push myself this coming year to do that maybe a little bit differently. And then I also have some pieces that I am not going to be sharing today because I don't have them. And so like, I feel like that's why I kind of waited so long to make this video, because I was like, I don't have all the pieces that I made. But the reality is I'm probably not going to get those here. Like I live in Colombia and I have left a ton of those things at my mom's house, because usually when I travel for work, I will travel into Miami. And then I'll go, you know, where I need to go in the US. And so I have like a whole bunch of work clothes that I've left there, because I'm like, I have to like not try, whatever. So I have like a second wardrobe at my mom's house in Miami. And then a bunch of stuff that I made, I've given to my sister. My sister's like the best stylist ever. So like she can really take things that I've made and like style them up and differently. And I think that that's really cool and inspiring. Personally, I'm somebody who can maybe sometimes wear like my clothes kind of flat, like, you know, not in a very different or interesting way, just kind of like the way that they were designed. So giving her some of the pieces that I've made has been extremely fun, because it's like, oh, cool, like that's how she would wear it. And it's like, I don't know. So I really love giving her stuff. I think particularly just given when you're a beginner, you make a lot of summer clothes because it's just like everything skirts and like little tops. I don't know. And so I have given her a lot of stuff for summer, but she lives in New York and it's like the dead of winter right now. So a lot of those clothes are just sitting like in her summer storage. And like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I wish I could get pictures of them, but like, I don't know if there are any. If I do have the pictures of the things that I made, I'll put them here, but otherwise I'll just kind of describe them as I go, like, oh, then I made this, because a lot of those are duplicates to things that I've already made myself. Actually, I made my sister a look for Coachella this year. I'll put that in here. I forgot about that. That was cool. It wasn't so much of a look. It was like kind of like a piece of fabric, like it really, but I made a corset. The corset was really cool. But yeah, but she styled it in a way that was like cool as fuck. I was like, yeah. Okay, so I will show you that. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the 2025 pieces that I made. Okay, I will be using the dress form for this because I'm not really looking forward to changing that many times. So starting off strong with my, I don't know what I want to call this. Like, is this, what print is this? Is this like Ralph Lauren? Is this like Ralph? I don't know what kind of print this is, but I really love this fabric. I got it in Medellin and it is like pre-quilted. So this already came quilted, and I was still sort of elementary when I made this. So it was like the beginning of 2025, but I have worn, and actually this is the second one. So this is a duplicate skirt, because in that same fabric, the original one of these I made in 2024 and I gave it to my sister. So I made the exact same skirt, which was really just a piece of fabric wrapped around. Like, I'm not even sure that this is like an A-line skirt or anything. I think it literally is just the piece of fabric. And then I made this top, and this top is the June top on Etsy. I will link it. And I made several of these. Now, I don't really wear this top because you can't really see here, but it's just like bunches weird here. Like the hole of the arm is like weirdly gapy. So it does look good here, but you always have to wear it with a jacket. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really get much use of this top. Now that I see it, I'm like, maybe I should make like some sort of little pouch or something with this fabric, because I do think it's still like really cute. It's just like the fabric, but the top didn't work. And I have the same issue with the other top from... like the other top I made from this pattern, I don't know. And then the skirt also like doesn't really do, like it really is just like a flat down skirt. Like it's just straight down. Let's see if I can show you. But yeah, it's like just like a straight down skirt. It actually doesn't even really have much shape, and I kind of wish I would have done something different here. But I wear this skirt a lot, okay, a lot, because it's super comfortable, and like if I wear it with like a tight top with like a denim jacket, it looks really cute. It's like kind of one of my signature outfits. I'll show you the top in a second because that's actually the next set of things I made in the year. But I really do get a lot of wear out of this skirt. Like it is always in my dirty hamper. It's super comfortable. Even if I don't like go out in it, I'll just like wear it around the house. Like I love it. Okay, so that's this set, and that means that we're at 2 pieces. So then I did go on a self-drafting rampage, and it started with this top. Not actually this exact top, because the original top I gave to my sister, but this was like a remake of it in 2025. So 2025, make this skirt, I'm remaking it, and then I'm like redoing this technique that I'd done with this original top. And then I kind of went on a rampage and I made like a bunch of things that are based on this particular design. And so the story here is that I was trying to do a shirred kind of top. I had one of those before, and I don't know what happened to it, but it was super cute. It was just like a simple shirred kind of like white tube top, and it's just like a really good base to any outfit because you could just like put it with pretty much anything. But shirring is like really hard. Like, I don't know, like a lot of people will be like, oh, okay, shirring, do it for, you know, a beginner project. And I'm like, I guess in some ways it's good to get over that fear and just like get in there and like whatever. But I really feel like it's really hard. It actually was easier, I found out, to make elastic channels and just feed elastic through them and close up the sides. Oh, I also want to mention at the beginning of 2025, I got my serger. So for Christmas, I got a serger. And so that is a really key piece here. That is like one of the things that I think really upskilled me this year. And actually my serger broke a couple of months ago, and it's in repair, but I haven't had it. But I haven't needed it. Like now I'm much more comfortable doing like French seams and like etc. But when I was first starting, I feel like that's what people don't say about the serger. It's like, it is a good tool when you're a beginner because it really helps like erase a lot of your mistakes, and it really helps just like keep the things together. Like all of the pieces from 2024 that I made are done. Like they haven't even survived because they were falling apart at the seams. So anyway, so I went on a rampage and I made this, and I loved it because it kind of like snatches you at the waist. It's just like super cute. I actually have a tutorial on my channel on how to make this, but this is sort of just the top. I actually just serged the bottom and I never even finished it, but I always kind of just tuck it in. And I love this top. And then I made this in a black version, and then I made this in a dress. So then I made the dress for the first time, and then when I made the dress for the first time, then I made it for 3 different dresses. So I'll show you those, and we can just kind of go through those, but those are kind of the same, and they're just self-drafted, and like the difficult part is the top, doing the elastic channels, closing the whole thing. But the really good thing is that this is a really big scrap buster, because all of this particular version that I made, they're just scraps of white, because I had a lot of white dresses I'd made before, and I just had all this scrap lying around. And because you can't see it, it kind of bunches up. It's just really good for stuff like that. Like if you have a solid color bunch of scraps, this will be like a huge scrap buster. And yeah, go check it out if you're interested. Okay, I made it in this black, which I know right now does not match because I've washed this one so many times, but you know, this does work like at night, like this little set with like tights or something. It is versatile. It is a good base. I still wear this a lot. I actually did make a corset with this one. I'll kind of show you that one. I won't put it on the mannequin because it didn't like turn out good. Hold on. I feel like, unfortunately, yeah, here we go. I made this corset to match directly with the fabric. So this is like the same fabric. And it was just like not good. Also, I used like a really bad type of boning. So it just kind of bent. If you don't see, like if you don't, you can't see. I made this down the line though. Originally I made this and then I had extra black fabric in this. And so I made the skirt. Or I can't remember. No, I made this at the beginning of the year. And then I made this sort of closer to March when I was playing around with this kind of skirt. But then I like ended up wearing these two together. Yeah, that's what happened. They just ended up coming together. Because originally I made this corset. And again, it is weird. It's like way too high. This is kind of a little too long. It sits here, so when you sit, it like bends. I would say not a success, but definitely another piece. So definitely counting that. And then these two. I also made this skirt exactly the same for the Shakira concert, which was so much fun. I do have a picture of that, so I'll share it with you, or a couple videos of that. And so that would be a few more pieces, and I'll show you the dress version of this now. Okay, I made this one. This wasn't the first one that I made in this elastic dress, but I did film the tutorial on this one. The first one that I made of this kind of version of dress was actually a green version that is super cute. And I will show you a picture now. And I did make another version of this, which I will show you now. This one I made in a really like beautiful cotton. It's like a poplin, I think. And the one last thing I'm going to say about these dresses, the reason like I made so many of them, I think, is because I was traveling for work around this time. So this must have been like late February because I had to be in Seattle, I think, or something like that. And I made a lot of these because they layer really well. And so you can put winter coats on them and sweaters, etc. And so it's just like a nice work piece. So that's why the green one is at my mom's house, because I use that one for work. And the tops too, because you can put like a high skirt, a belt, like you could really make it look very, you can dress it up is what I'm saying. It's like a nice base type of dress outfit. So yeah, we really love these. And that's the last one of these that I have with me. Okay, I actually missed a couple sets. I'm gonna go through them really quick. This is the June Studio pattern one that I mentioned earlier. I also had problems with the armholes, the gaping. I ended up putting elastic because I was like, maybe that will help. It did help close this issue up. However, it does kind of dig into your armpit a little bit. And anyway, and also looks weird. So you do have to wear this with like something on top. And then this was my first time doing the spaghetti western sewing skirt. I'm gonna show you a little closer sort of here. I love this skirt. This is like super, I don't know why, it came out super weird at the bottom. It's not hemmed right. There's like one panel that's longer than the others, and it just looks like the hem is off. So that's why I don't wear this much, because it's also a little short already. Like, this was my first time doing this pattern, and I've learned since to lengthen it because I'm tall, and to, you know, have a more even hem or whatever. Like one of the pieces was wrong. But regardless, I love this, and I'm gonna cut it into a mini skirt. So I feel like if I cut it into a mini skirt, it will look like really cute. And I have another spaghetti western sewing mini skirt that I did. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so that's one set that I forgot to show you. Then I made this one, which is so cute. I love this. This is definitely something I made in a rush, like right before I had to go on a work trip. I did make some good decisions. I lined the top, and I didn't line the skirt, I just lined the top, and that gave it like a nice little shape. And then I made like these long sleeves. There's a lot of bunching here that's like, obviously, like I didn't know how to do like a curved edge here that well. You can't really see it because when you put it on, it like kind of bunches. So it did kind of hide a lot of mistakes. This skirt I also just made by making like sort of like just a plain skirt around with some channels, but that means it doesn't have a lot of shape, but still together it is really cute. I feel like I've gotten a lot of compliments on the set. I think it's also the fabric. This is like a cotton. It's kind of like a poplin, but I think it's the lining that made it look really, you know, nice. And I made this based on the Juno top pattern. So I just didn't like have two pieces and close this here. I just made it one piece, but you'll notice it has a kind of the same elastic situation. So I manipulated that pattern to do this. I also extended the sleeves, which again, like I was having issue with the sleeve with the pattern. So I don't know why, I didn't know how to add another sleeve to this. I'll just say that. Regardless, this gets a lot of use. The elastic was definitely way too tight and this one popped off recently. So I have to fix that. But I really love this. I don't know, like, if I should keep it. Like, it obviously is very elementary. It is, like, something I get a lot of compliments on, though, randomly. I don't know why. Sometimes some pieces are like that. It is a little short. I think I didn't have enough fabric. I could use this fabric for something else. I don't know. But I like it. Okay, this one was at the bottom of the pile, and I did make this in January, now that I remember. I made this the first week of January. It's literally covered in dust because we were going to Chile, and we were going to be at the beach, and this felt kind of beachy. And then I didn't want to wear red anymore the rest of the year, as you can imagine, for obvious reasons. And so I just never wore this ever again. Even though it's really cute, like it's a really cute beach set, but like, and I loved red. Like red is a color that I'm obsessed with, but we just can't have nice things. Okay, then I made this Lydia Naomi dress, and it did tear. So that's great, as you can tell right there. But I did get a lot of wear out of this before it tore. It's kind of see-through, so it's more of like a beachy vibe. I wore it a lot, but I didn't reinforce it, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I didn't do a lining here, because this was like, you know, an eyelet fabric. I did line the cups because that's part of the pattern. I just didn't line them. Anyway, I don't have this fabric anymore, so I can't fix that, unfortunately. So I think that I do love this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the skirt and just make this a skirt and still wear it to the beach as a cover up. But unfortunately, it was really cute, like while it was not broken. Okay, next up I made this top. That Lydia Naomi dress that I just showed you, I wanted to say that I used an elasticated back. I forgot to show you that. This is an elasticated back hack that Lydia Naomi has on her YouTube. So I learned how to do that, and I started using that on other things. And this was my first time sort of working with a body block. And it was like a good effort. But I do have the elasticated back as well, to sort of not have to put in a zipper to that. So you will start to see that in all my other projects, I think, the rest of the time, because again, zippers and Also, I made pants for this thing. Is that too high? Oh shoot, okay. That is a tall woman. Hold on. Okay, so I made pants for this as well. But I don't know how to put pants on this mannequin. And I only have the one pair, so I only made like one pair of pants. I hope my cousin made a couple pair of pants. But I made this pair of pants last year. And, okay, that's way too high. Hold on. And they are the Arthur pants, so they're like a barrel leg pant. I'll show a picture of me wearing them. You do kind of have, I saw somebody on the internet say like with barrel pants, like you kind of have to hold yourself at an angle for them to look good. And I do agree with that, actually, after having made these. So, but yeah, it's cute. It's like a cute little set. I do wear this one a lot still because it is very layerable, and I love the print, just sort of like this food print that was all of the rage in 2025. Cool. Okay, now for the dress that I'm actually wearing, which is the Rosie Zapocathare. Rosie's on, it's on YouTube. Like, you know, Rosie, she sews. She has her own channel. I will link the pattern below. I also don't remember the name of the pattern. I'm blanking, I swear. But it is so, I think it's her only dress pattern. It's so good. So I made it in this one first. I think in her YouTube video, she has a tutorial that uses like the same kind of polka dot kind of fabric. And I really, really loved it. I wear this dress all the time. I just moved to the country and it was the perfect dress for this area. It's like long, it's got this beautiful sort of hem that's like pretty thick, and it's just, it feels nice. It's like a nice weight. I think I had to use like 6 meters of fabric for this. It was like the most fabric I've ever used on a dress, and up until now that's true. But I love it. So I'm gonna make more of these. The reason I haven't is because I was living in Bogota before, and it's pretty cold there. And because of these sleeves, like this is just not an easy piece to layer, and so I would end up just like sort of, and then also even when I was traveling, which was like sometimes to warmer weather, to like Miami or whatever, it is a pretty big dress to like pack and stuff. So it's not, anyway, I like love the dress, and I wasn't really getting much use out of it, and now that I've moved, I wear it like every week. Like it's always in use. So I want to make this in like a bunch of different colors. I'm gonna make like a mini version. It's just like, it's nice. I did make another 2 versions of it. I made a top, like a crop top version. It's got the same sort of sleeves, and it uses the top part of the pattern. And then I hacked the Henrietta skirt that I showed you all earlier by Spaghetti Western Sewing. I did the sort of like Sandy Liang hack, and this is super cute for the beach. It's a cover up. I'm obsessed. And then I made another version of this top, but I made it longer. So I made it sort of to fall here. And then I made a tiered skirt, and this was in gray. I'm gonna see if I have a picture of it. I did give this one to my sister. It's probably my favorite one. And I did make that one later in the year when I was going to New York for a trip, because it was so hot, and it was like in this really light linen. But yeah, that is that pattern, and I love it. I'm gonna make so many more. Okay, I actually did make one more of these tops. I found it, but this is really the skirt I wanted to show you. It is that one skirt that is now evading me as well, that everybody kind of made it. It's like the dupe for the Doen skirt. I do love this skirt. I would say that the one thing about it is that it's very white, bright white. And I probably would like it more if it was in a different color. Like I'd probably wear it more. I sometimes toe that line of like it being trendy, like to wear a skirt like this, and then like being like, okay, wait, do I look like I'm going to knock on some doors and give some sermons? Like, I don't know. So I definitely, yeah, don't know if that is for me in this color. I definitely want to make this again. I'll probably give this away because it is really cute. It has to be like ironed down. But what I want to also point out is that this is when my skills really started to like level up. The hem is a little crooked when I look at it, but the folds came out really neat. And I feel like this is when I learned, I think last year, to slow down. I feel like that was my big lesson for 2025. It was like slow down and also commit to all the steps. Like if you have to iron every seam. You have to cut off like all of the strings after you sew. You have to whatever, right? Like, and so that made me, this is when I started getting much neater and following rules in a really strict way. And I kind of found that groove of like, if I just kind of do things in the right order, in the right way, as I know that I have to do them, the outcome is probably going to be pretty good. It might not be perfect, but it would be pretty good. And I feel like if you're a baker or you're somebody who is like involved in like kitchen kind of, you know, hobbies, this is why sewing is such a cool hobby, because it's very similar. It's like you might not land, like, you know, you might not stick the landing 100%, but it's still going to be good when you make a dessert, right? It's like, maybe it's not perfectly baked, but it still tastes delicious. And I feel like that's when I realized it was the same thing for sewing. It's like, it might still have errors, but you've eliminated most of them if you're just like willing to like kind of slow down and work on the details. So I really love this skirt because of that. Okay, next up, I've got the Daily Dress by Caden Snaughton. And this is really cute. I was also playing around with my dress form, so or with my body block, so I was able to sort of substitute this for my actual measurements. So this fits really well. It's really super cute. It's got sort of this back detailing that is like tied up. And it is adorable. I made this for like, I think it was another work trip. I loved it. The only thing is, this is not the most comfortable dress to sort of wear all day. It is a super cute picture dress. It is a super cute picture or like dress for like a date where you're like, I'm just gonna go and sit for a little bit. But for the whole day, it just doesn't have a lot of arm mobility. I Still really like it though, because it fits so well. It does fit sort of like a glove. But I would say that that's one thing that maybe if I make this pattern again, I'd probably hack a different sleeve or something. But I made this in 2 colors. So I made it in this color, and then I'll show you, I made it in a beige color, which actually got a lot of use out of. I got a lot of use out of that dress because it was easy to layer. Again, only thing is like when you layer it, it's not the most comfortable inside. So, but it lays flat, so you can wear a sweater over it. It's just that it's not, like your arms are kind of stuck. Okay, this is the beige one. It's really cute. Fits really well. I made it in like a thicker cotton that actually has some stains on it. I got it for like a discount price, but I really love it. Kind of looks like muslin, but I legit really like it. I feel like maybe one day, because does have some imperfections, I'll dye this, dye it a different color. But I do think it came out really cute, and again, you're starting to sort of see like, you know, being neat, etc. So proud of how this turned out. Okay, I also made this Henrietta skirt that is a beach cover-up. So it's see-through. I love this. I get so many compliments on this one when I wear it out, like by the pool. So yeah, it's cute. Okay, this dress I cloned from another dress, and it like doesn't sort of have a shape here on the mannequin, but it is so cute. And just like the original, it's like, it kind of falls on you so that your collarbones are kind of out, and you know, it kind of flows. It's like, it's a big dress. It's a kind of a statement dress, but it has like a lot of body weight to it. Like, it's just kind of a statement dress. Wearing this with like a little kitten heel, so you can just see your ankle with a little kitten heel. Oh my God, so cute. The one thing I would say is I did make this right before a family trip. So we went to go see my husband's family for a family like dinner reunion, and I like didn't have anything to wear. It was like the spring in New York. So I made this again off of that other dress that I had for years. I have a video actually, I think, making this. One thing is that because I was rushing over here, oh, maybe did I already take it out? I feel like maybe I did. Oh, you know what? I did. I fixed it. But originally this had like a piece of tape like right here. You couldn't see it if you were too close, but I remember getting to New York and being like, oh my God, like the tape is like inside the dress. So not great, but you know, I think recently I fixed it. The other thing is that because I was rushing, the corners here have like a little puckering, because I was just going really fast. The other thing is that the original dress, what it does on the sleeves is it pleats the sleeve. So it's like the sleeve kind of like you ease it into the armhole with some pleats. But I just gathered it. I do think it looks better if I pleat it. So I'm gonna make another one of these. I have the pattern saved. But I'm gonna pleat the sleeve so that I can get that nicer detail. And I'm gonna probably hand sew I did this like 3 times. It's not like I didn't try to be neat. It's just that I couldn't get it. It was just like always getting the corner. And so I think maybe I'll just have to kind of retry that and see how I can do a better job there. Maybe having more seam allowance would be good here. That might be easier. Anyway, I'll play around with that, but I really love this dress. It is definitely a statement. I've worn it a few times now. I wore it for work. I wore it for, you know, that family thing. And every time you wear it again with like a little kitten heel, a nice earring, like it just gets a lot of attention and I love it. So I'm gonna make another one of those. Okay, I made this Silver Saga Clara dress. I do like it. I think I should have lined the skirt. It's a little see-through, so I just kind of wear this at home. I don't really wear this out. But it is really cute and it's really comfy, and I will reach for it, although usually when I have nothing else to wear, because again, it's not lined, it gets a little sticky. But I definitely love this pattern. I made a top of this one in white and I loved it. It was like up to here. And I wore it a lot, but then it got stained in the wash and I had to sort of cut it up and use it for rags. And I made a black version of this one, which I really, really love. And that's like in a black linen that's like thick. And I didn't have to line that one because the linen was so thick. And I love it. So that one I have at my mom's house because I like to travel with that one a lot. It is a really good dress for work. And just for any sort of travel where you're just like, I just need something because you could dress it up. It's like, it's a really good piece. And I'm definitely gonna make this again. I wanna use a different, thicker material, like a really thick material, because I feel like it would look really cool. Oh, also I like made this for my dog. So this is a sweater that I had that's like, it says Latina on the back. And there was like this period of time in Bogota where it was really cold this year. And so I made this for him. I followed a YouTube tutorial. And it just pretty much is cutting out the belly part and making sure that this is, like, I had to try it on him a few times. I'll show you a picture with him on, he's so cute. But then he plays really rough and like, I don't know, he came home from his walk one day and he just had like this all ripped up, and I do have to mend it because he like likes it. He likes it. Whenever he sees it, he pulls it. He's so cute, my baby. But it is like pretty beat up. I mean, I should make him another one, but it's so cute. It says Hija de tu madre on the front, and on the back it says like Latina, Latina. He looks so cute in it. But anyway, I have to fix this, but I did make this year. Okay, here we have another Lydia Naomi dress. I think that this one is the Daisy frock, if I'm not mistaken. I love this dress. It's kind of distorted because I kind of did a bad job putting it on the mannequin. I think it looks better there. But I wear this dress so much. It's got stains on it because I've been wearing it around here and it is what it is. But I absolutely love this dress. It is so just professional. It feels professional. Like all of it is lined. I lined it with a bed sheet, so it's super comfortable. The cotton on this, I wish you could touch this. It's so soft, and the inside is so soft. And like, I love wearing this dress. You also don't have to wear a bra with it. Like, it is just like a good dress. It's got these elastic channels that are super flattering. I'm gonna make other ones of these. I do remember this taking me a while. Again, it's got like a lot of steps and finishes that make it really nice. Like, for example, the elastic channel inside is like the way that it's sealed. You can take the elastic out and cut it and add new elastic to change the size. So you can like adapt this to your body as your body changes throughout the seasons of your sort of life. So this is a really cute dress. I'm gonna make other ones of these. And it has pockets, which I don't always like pockets in dresses. Like, maybe that's controversial, but when it's done well, like with this one and with this dress, like it's just so nice. Like when it's, again, done well, not when it's just kind of added and thrown in and then it looks bad. But I love this dress. I recommend this pattern. It is, again, a little more involved than the dream frock, which I showed you earlier, but I think super worth it. This is definitely on my list to make. And I feel like we're almost at the end. There are a couple of things that I'm going to show you still. I made 2 extra sets that are like a skirt and a top. And I made my birthday dress, and I made a gala dress. I have videos for all of this in my YouTube channel, but I think that like what happened, well, I know what happened, is that I moved. And when I moved, I haven't had my space to sew. And not only did I move, but we were in the process of moving. So I would say that from October until now, I have not sewn anything. I have like not sewn really anything. I sewed a little bit for Halloween. I made like a Halloween costume, and I think that was the last thing I made. The Halloween costume, I don't have it with me because I left it in New York. I couldn't fit it in my bag. But I have a picture of it, so I'll show you. It was pretty cute. It was the She's the Man costume. I made it from scratch. But anyway, so all that to say is like the next few pieces are just like the things that I managed to throw together like in September and in really August and September. I did make one other set that is like a Sandra skirt, like the what's her name, Sydney Graham pants pattern designer. That same designer has another pattern that is the Sandra skirt. I made that with like sort of an off the shoulder top, and that is really cute. I'll put a picture of that here, and I gave that to my sister. So I would say that like from like August-ish until October-ish, I knocked out these pieces and that set that I just showed you a picture of. But then I kind of stopped. So I had like a lot of momentum. That was a lot of pieces. Like I didn't count, but I have a tally here somewhere. I'll count one and we're editing. But I did sort of stop altogether, right? There was just a lot more going on that needed to be taken care of. So I would say I'm feeling pretty good about the number of pieces that I completed up until that point, given that like I haven't really sewn anything in the last couple of months. Okay, then I made my birthday dress, which was this off the shoulder moment. As I mentioned, I had made an off the shoulder top for that Sandra skirt set. So I kind of practiced with that, and I made this cute little tiered skirt. You'll recognize this tiered skirt as the same one as that black one I made earlier, and I think I showed you the Shakira picture. It's that same style with the tiered on the outside, sort of hemmed on the outside to give it that kind of ruffle effect. I love this dress. I love the color. It is an elastic back, no zipper. I wore this on a beach vacation in August, and it was light. It's a cotton, so it's got like a little body and shape, but it is you know, still pretty light to wear, and I loved it. And I used this to be a sample. So it was like kind of like a two birds, one stone. I have a video about this too, where I used it to try out the pattern and make sure that it worked, because I ended up making another dress of this for a work gala. Let me show you that right now. I'll show you a clip of that because it came out really good. And I was really proud of that one. Now that one is a statement piece, and that's just because of the fabric I used. I used like a jacquard, is that how you say it? Jacquard. Fabric that just has a lot of body, and it's very pink, and it's got this metal in it, and it just like was a statement because of that, not because so much of the pattern itself, because this is pretty simple, as you can tell here. But again, this fits really well. It's just, you can't really tell on the mannequin because it's off the shoulder. So it's like, you know, your shoulder goes here. It's really cute. And yeah, so I made those two dresses. I made this one in August, and then I made beginning of August before my trip. Then I went on my trip, and then I came back and I made the pink version of this for my September event. Okay, and here we have another Henrietta skirt. If you can believe it, I feel like that's the pattern I use the most this year now, I'm realizing. And I made the Caden Naughton, I forget the name of this top, Catalina top. Let me get a little closer. It's black, so it's just like a little bit difficult to show all of the details. But there's the skirt. I love this set. I made this like in September because I was going to New York for, it was a work trip, but it was like also going to be Halloween. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be nice, like Halloween, black, like, but I didn't realize how cold it was gonna be in New York at that time. Like, I was like, this was definitely, it was too cold to wear this. I didn't even wear it. But I've been wearing it around here. It is really cute. It's got a lot of boobage here. So that's one thing I would say. But I love it. And I also made the same one in yellow. Let me show you. That's the last thing I made. Okay, this is the final piece. This skirt is so wrinkled because I just took it out of the wash. I wear this so much. I wear this skirt so much. It's absolutely bananas. It's just a tiered skirt, but I think it's the fabric. I lined it too, so it's like nicely lined. I also did French seams because, as I mentioned earlier, my serger stopped working. And as you can tell, the top is like a different color than the skirt because I've worn this skirt so much. And the top, to be honest, I have not worn it. And I have not worn it because it is very boobalicious. I mean, it's really cute. I just think that like you really gotta you gotta have a reason to be out here like this, you know. So I feel like this is a really cute top for, I'm going to a concert in January, and I'm thinking that it's gonna be a really cute top for that event, because with the little skirt, like I might actually have to wear it with a different skirt because they don't even look like they're related anymore. But I do think that like that could be cute. But for now, I just haven't really worn it. Although I really like how it came out. I have to use these sort of, I don't know what these are, darts. And it came out really cute, professional. Like, I'm very happy with the result of this top. I just like don't wear it. But the skirt, now that I wear a lot. So that's it. That is the last of the sewing for the year. Thank you for watching along. I have a lot of very exciting sewing plans for this year. So if you would like to follow along, please subscribe. And yeah, let me know if you've made any of these patterns, because I obviously loved some and repeated them quite often. And yeah, also, like I mentioned, in January, I'm going to a concert in Medellin, and my friends are coming with me. And so that's going to be sort of the next series of videos that I make are around sewing for that concert. We're going to go see Bad Bunny, and I am going to be making the looks for me, for my sister, and for my cousin. So that's going to be fun and exciting, and I can't wait to show you all. Okay, bye.